vlog. This is so impromptu of a vlog, but we are going on the Bay Area yarn crawl. This is also a very impromptu Bay Area yarn crawl because we're not supposed to be doing this today. This is not in the plans. And I'm out of breath. I literally don't even have my camera with me, but we are going to start the Bay Area yarn crawl right now. It's so beautiful out. Anyway, we're going to Firebird Yarn. They currently have, I'm out of breath. They currently have super glow fibers. I followed them on Instagram for a while. And they have really vibrant yarn. And y'all know I'm into the colors. I'm a color knitter. So we're gonna go inside. I don't think I'm gonna bring y'all along too much because I just want to enjoy myself. But I'd say hi to my girls. And if you're new here, hey girl, I am Michaela Nia, the hobby and habiting and the hobby habitat. Period. I hope that you keep feet up and hang with us for a while. I'm usually not this out of breath, and I'm not usually outside, but I really want my life to start looking different. And to look different, we gotta start doing different things, okay? And this is a different thing. So I'll see you a little bit later, maybe with the haul, maybe with some pre-roll. Well, I don't know. Very impromptu. Very much not planned. We are at Firebird. I just bought 5 mystery bags instead of getting a skein of yarn. This equals 1 sock, but there's also prices aside, so let's see what we get. Huh? I just won't take, if it's something inappropriate, I won't take it out. Are all of them will they find or no? So this one only had a skein of yarn. I'm gonna ask. Okay, so the first one didn't have a prize inside, but they had 2 missing. And the first prize is a project bag. It's so pretty, and it matches the other one. Your choice of a Firebird yarn sticker. They have one with just the logo. Sorry.
Partner in crime.
This is so pretty.
I also got that color.
It's so pretty. Stitch marker. Sparkly yarn. This is my first sparkly yarn. And for the prize, another stitch marker. This is my favorite one. It's so pretty. Firebird yarn fade printing set and some yarn. I feel like we got a deluxe package. So let's go get the prizes.
Ready?
Yes. So pretty. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Imagine it. Stop number 2 complete, and your girl is still out of breath. But we do have almost a bingo. Period. Hey y'all, it is the next day and I am here with a haul. So yesterday we ended up going to a total of 4 local yarn stores. There is a total of over 12, maybe 15, 16 stores on our Bay Area yarn crawl. And that spans the Bay Area from Livermore to San Francisco to Berkeley to Albany to Marin to San Carlos, baby, everybody on there. But I want to come back with a yarn haul. We are going to start with our first store, which was Firebird. And honestly, I had the most fun at Firebird. I felt like that felt like Bay Area yarn crawl central. Like that was the heart of the Bay Area yarn crawl, and I really enjoyed my time at the fiber yarn store. I have shopped in that store before, and it's always literally amazing customer service, amazing folks, the vibes. I love it. But at Firebird, I originally was going to, oops, spoiler, I originally was going to buy one skein of sock yarn for 100 grams for $38. And then I was like, what if we just completely, I think you guys seen that. Well, I was like, what if we completely just wing it? Have no idea what yarn we're gonna get. Spend $40. They were doing a lucky dip. It was $8 per lucky dip. And in that lucky dip, you got one 20-gram skein of yarn, hand-dyed yarn, which was guaranteed. And then you got one prize, which is ranged between things like a sticker to like yarn, like a t-shirt worth of yarn, okay? Down, all the way down to a $50 gift card, okay? And now that I think about it, my prize outweighed the $50 gift card because my prize is worth $60. Yeah, okay. So first haul, we had got the Firebird project bag. This was one of the prizes that you guys seen me open up. I also got 2 Firebird stitch markers, which I just clipped in my bag so I wouldn't lose. Then we got a sticker for one of our prizes. And for the grand prize, we got the Fade Frenzy mini set. I got this yarn for free. 175 grams of sock yarn in fade colors. Thankfully, the owner told me like, girl, that is enough to make a t-shirt. So at first I was like, oh, these will make really pretty socks. She's like, that's enough for a tee. So we're gonna make a tee with this one. I think I'm gonna do a fade from light to dark. Y'all can actually vote on this. Do y'all think I should do light from the collar white and then the bottom dark, or should I do dark to light? I'm kind of scared with the white being close to my face if I have makeup on, but like I don't really wear makeup that much. But then also if the white is near my denim and the denim dye like rubs against it or something, there's also a possibility of setting. So which one do you think? Dark to light or light to dark? Comment down below, bro, and let me know. Now for our guaranteed mini skeins that we got, we had a total of 5, obviously. So here are the mini skeins. None of them are named. They are just specifically dyed for the Bay Area yarn crawl. Initially, I was going to do a pair of scrappy socks with these. But I actually don't think so because I went through my entire yarn stash, which we will look at. And a lot of these actually can be really good contrast colors, even to one of my new sock yarns. Which leads me to our next stop, which was at Imagine It. We stopped by Imagine It and they did have a trunk show with a dyer who dyed yarn very custom just for the shop, just for the very yarn crawl. And that was from Madeline Tosh. And this is inspired by the California poppies. And I was like, oh yes, I need this one. They had 2 colorways. The other one kind of gave you like cotton candy vibes, which I really liked, but it's just not my vibe. And it did have sparkles. That was like almost the seller point, but I ended up going with this one. And like I said before, a lot of my mini skeins were looking like a real good contrast with some sock yarn that I have. And the one I was thinking to pair with this would be this mix. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly in the camera, but it does have specks of green and blue. So I thought that this would be a really good combination together on just like a good solid vanilla sock. So I'm thinking these 2 will be a pair. And then after we left Imagine It, we headed over to Adelyre yarns. They have one in SF and they have one in Marin. We were all in SF for yesterday, and I picked up a local hand dyed yarn. So this yarn is dyed in San Francisco, makes it super special. I did want to get Bay Area Yarn Crawl dyed specific yarn only, but this store didn't have any of that. So I was like, this is also really special. It's dyed literally around the corner from the yarn shop. And I was like, oh, I love this. This is a blue face Leicester wool, alpaca, and nylon blend. It is absolutely gorgeous. One thing that I was kind of being thoughtful of when I bought this color, because this was the last store that I actually bought something from, was to not only be shopping yarn in summer colors, not only be shopping summer and spring colors, considering I'm not gonna be able to knit up these socks that fast to get them all done in summer and spring. So it's like, okay, this is a great color for really any season, but it's not screaming summer or spring. It's just that girl in any season. But yeah, that is everything that we got for the Bay Area Yarn Crawl so far. I'm not sure if we will shop some more. Maybe we'll do, if we do anything, it will be the Berkeley, Albany stores, maybe Simmerfell, the more East Bay stores. But yeah, this is the yarns that we have collected for the Bay Area Yarn Crawl, potentially part 1. And with this purchasing of all the sock yarn, I thought, what better week than to do a how many socks can I knit in a week vlog with y'all. I think I do want to slow it down this week. Y'all know the last week and a half, a little bit over a week, we were working on the strawberry and shortcake sweater. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and check that out. But that is a long vlog, girl. So make sure you got some time on your hands, okay? But this week, I think we're just gonna kick back. We're gonna sew, we're gonna knit some socks, and I think that's pretty much it. Unless I get this so desire to cast on a vest or something. But I really think that this is just going to be a sock week. This morning I actually already was working on a pair of socks that I already have on the needles. Let me go grab them. So we are working on the Slip It Simple sock by Christine. This is a free sock pattern that I found on Ravelry, and also have it linked in my Ravelry under my projects. And I am using, so this first color for the cuff is the Super Wash Merino wool yarn. So this is a 75/25, but honestly this yarn is not my favorite yarn. Unfortunately, I won't be using it for a full sock or any main parts of a sock. It's just very splitty yarn, and sometimes I found throughout the yarn that there will be random fluffs through it. Girl, it's not going to show up because we're talking about it, but I found random fluffs and I really did not like that in my yarn. But it is working really good with this pattern and with these colors. You can kind of see a fluff here. It's not a big deal, but it's just something that I probably wouldn't purchase it again. And then for the red stripe, we have a Knit Pick Stroll Girl. I don't know where the tag is for that, but it's just the red Knit Pick Stroll yarn. And then for the main event of this sock, we have Posies and Pockets sock in the color, it's either orchard or orchid. I can't remember. I think I've been saying it wrong. It's one of the two, and it is now in her shop as of today. There's only 4 available. So if you want this yarn, if you want this sock, go pull up on her. I'll also link it down below if it is still available by the time that I post this video. And then on the heel again, we have that Spanish Merino wool. Also, we haven't talked about the nails. The nails are a thing in this channel. Here are the nails. Let me give y'all a nail cam. Okay, I'm just pulling up with a new set. Didn't say nothing about them. So we just went with the Fruit Vibes. Honestly, they got so many compliments during the video. It was crazy. But anyway, this morning I worked on this sock while I was at the gym and while I began editing the last vlog. And I did a test with our Twice, who's this by? Twice Sheared Sheep sock ruler. I've actually been using her for my socks. So basically you just take this ruler and you insert it into the sock, and it'll tell you when to stop for your size. And I am a woman's size 10, and we're there, girl, we're there. So it is time for me to begin working on the toe, and for the toe I am going to be using this red color. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the remainder of the day. I may actually cast on another different sock, but we shall see, girl. Take your time, because we do still have sock number 2, which sock number 2 is at this point I am ready to add the heel to it. But I think once this 9-inch becomes clear, I'm going to add on another sock, and that will be my 4th sock of 2025. Especially for this vlog, like I want a new sock. I want a new sock. I'm just not in the mood, I guess, for a new garment. So we're gonna go with the vibes. We're gonna stick with how I'm feeling and what will bring me the most joy in my knits. And I think that this week socks are gonna bring me the most joy. So I'm going to work on the toe, and then I'll talk to y'all a little bit later once we have some more progress, or finish the sock, or casting on a new sock. Ooh. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this sock as I did with my Slip and Simple sock. When I say this sock, I mean my next sock, this sock. It's not giving it, this is a hot pink. It's kind of showing up magenta. I'll show it tomorrow in better light, but this is, I guesstimated, and it's literally 44 grams, which is almost exactly half. And these aren't high cuff socks, so this is definitely enough for one sock. So I'm gonna wind up the rest of it and then get to working on my toe for my sock number 1 of this Slip It Simple sock. And then I might be casting on sock number 1 for the film reel sock. I'll insert it right here. It's a free pattern as well. So 2 free sock patterns. So if you got some sock yarn, you don't need no more extra monies. These are free.
Stealing surgeries, playing dirty. I don't really get to do that anymore. Does this look stupid? It spit up on my dress. And in my dress. All over, really. For the love of God, Mayor. You're making it so easy. Every night, thinking you, it's being pissed at you. Yeah.
Wait, what? Good morning, y'all. It is the next day, and we have a shift of plans. So yesterday, actually, before I began this video, I put a poll on Instagram. If you're not already following me on Instagram, because sometimes I do polls. But I did a poll on Instagram on what kind of week I should have, and I'll put the poll here. The options were a crochet vest, a knit vest, a test knit vest, or a sock and sew week. And I was leaning more towards the sock and sew week, which is why I started the video the way I did. But I'm like, how can I do a poll and not listen to what the poll says? So the poll says that we are going to be test knitting a vest this week. So I'm actually going to test knit a vest this week because y'all said so, okay? So yeah, last night we did finish this sock, and we will continue to work on this sock. We won't cast on the new sock for this vlog, I'm sure. But I always have socks on my needles. But before, I was just going to do a full-on sock a week, like daytime knitting sock, nighttime knitting sock, traveling sock, on the go sock, in the house sock, in the bed sock, at the gym sock, okay? I'm so dramatic. But yeah, we are going to be test knitting the Softly Vest by Sarah Knits. I'll insert a photo here. I already have done a gauge swatch, and I have buttons for it already. Let me go ahead and grab that. But for this pattern, I'll be combining 2 different fingering weight yarns and 1 lace weight mohair. This is how it has knit up. It is literally so pretty. So pretty. And this is the button that I have selected to go with it. So to get this fabric, I am using Yarn Be Authentic hand dyed yarn in the color Zahara for fingering yarn number 1, or fingering yarn number 1. Then I am using Drops Flora, which I already had in stash, and this is color 25. And then for my mohair lace, I am using Drops Kid Silk, and girl, the label is gone. But it's this really pretty rosy red, but the fibers holding it is like a light pink, almost beigey color. Really pretty. So yeah, and then you get this fabric. So I am really excited to cast this on. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a faster project inherently, because it is, one, it's a vest. I've never knit a vest before, but it's a sweater with no sleeves, okay? I can do that. But also it is knit on 5.5 millimeter needles, and I think this is going to be my biggest needle size for a garment that I have made. Actually, my first sweater that I made is a Louisiana sweater, and it's bulky weight, so I don't think that's true. But that was like when I was dabbling in knitting. I claim to begin like knitting in the end of 2024. But when I dabbled, I did make the Louisiana sweater by Petite Knit, and that is a bulky weight sweater. But it still creates, I was scared with the large needle size what the fabric would look like and how see-through it would be, but it is looking good. Sarah knew what she was doing, okay? So this is going to be the project we're casting on today and working out throughout the rest of this vlog. I still have some housework and things I need to do, and I may go to a cafe. We shall see. But I wanted to make sure that y'all were prefixed on like, girl, what is even happening? Because next time y'all see me, we might be outside. So I'll see y'all wherever we land for this cast on. Hey y'all, so we're currently en route to Starbucks. So I'm currently using this app. It's called the Structure app, and because I just feel like I could more effectively steward the gift of time that God has given me. So I want my days, I said it earlier in this vlog, like I want my days to look different, meaning I want to steward the gift of time better. So I've been using the Structure app. Y'all haven't really been seeing much, but your girl has been using her time and using her time well. But anyway, so yesterday was my first day using the Structure app, and it started off really good. Like, I started at the gym, and then I did some housework, cleaning, time for myself, time for God, everything. It was fun. And then it was this crash. So I'm like, okay, I'm missing outside time because I didn't schedule in any outside time for myself, like to get in the sunshine. And yesterday we did have a little bit of rain, but there was like a room or a space where the sun was shining, and I had, like, the weather permitted me to be outside. So today I intentionally, even though I was debating it, girl, I intentionally wanted to get outside because I knew that was a factor that caused my mood to dip yesterday. Even though going to the gym is getting out of the house, when I leave for the gym it's dark, and then I'm inside of the gym with all this machinery and stuff. It's not the same as like being outside, where there's literally outside at a park or something, or sitting in the cafe and being in like a cohabiting environment, co-worker environment with whoever is patronizing at that cafe. So like, it's just different than being outside at the gym. So that's where we're heading today, right now. I'm only gonna stay there for like an hour and a half. And dinner's already prepped and stuff, so I'm not worried about dinner. But I do need to edit the vlog that's going up tomorrow, because girl, she is a thick one. She is a thick one. I've already worked on her for an hour, and I still have like over an hour left to edit. But yeah, I'm headed to the cafe. We're going to cast on the cafe. I usually don't cast on outside of the house, just in case like it gives man down situation and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm feeling like a baby deer. But yeah, I just want to chit chat with y'all on like what's going on, because I feel like y'all are not seeing a lot of like what I'm doing, because it's like life things, and this is a knitting channel, okay? Maybe eventually when I get an actual flow and structure to my day, I'll bring y'all along, but I just want to find a system and schedule that works for me. One, works for me, and also is good for my mental health and well-being, period. So I'll see y'all over at the cafe. I just wanted to check in with my girls. Hey y'all, so that outing didn't go anything as planned. We did nothing but cast it on, literally, because there were so many abbreviations that I didn't know. It looked like elemental P, and I was like, what does elemental P even mean? So we did learn a new cast on. This is the German twisted, I think this is called the German twisted cast on. I did the Andrea Mowry tutorial on YouTube, and it was pretty easy going. But I also went ahead and stopped by UPS to print out a sewing pattern because I'm doing a surprise giveaway on my Instagram. I told y'all about the poll that I had done on my Instagram story. So I'm doing a surprise giveaway for those who participated. And yeah, so basically if you participated in the poll, you have the potentials to win a project bag without even knowing it. It's like, thank you for authentically interacting with my content. So girl, you never know. You never know with me, okay? But I want to work on that in the morning. So I'm probably going to lay this out, tape it up, cut it out tonight so that in the morning I can just jump right into it. I only got the actual pattern pieces printed. Girl, that was $7. Like, $7 for black and white. Anyway, but I am going to actually be pulling up, I'm sitting at my desk, I'm going to pull up the pattern, the knitting pattern, the Softly Vest by Sarah Knits, onto my computer so that I can actually sit and focus on this knit, because I need to actually start knitting something for this week. Hello? Are you even a knit content creator? Are you even a knitter? So I'm gonna pull that up, and then we're gonna have a little session, a little knit session in some YouTube. So I'm gonna stop bumping these gums because I said I want this vlog to be a little shorter than my usuals. And I'm gonna get into this knitting, okay? Okay. Camera quality is found footage. Camera quality. It's found footage for a reason, right? American banana. The daisy's really cute. Hey y'all, I know it looks exactly the same, but it's a little bit later. It is currently Tuesday at 6:37 p.m. We've already had dinner and stuff, but I'm just sitting here knitting. And I've actually got to a point to where I feel comfortable knitting and editing my YouTube video. So I'm actually going to start to edit as well. This is what it's looking like. This is my first time doing double knit. It's so squishy. Why you didn't tell me? But I'm loving this is the back. But I'm loving the fabric that it has created. It's so pretty, and I learned so much stuff. Like, literally, look at, so this is a vlog, but that's a tutorial, that's a tutorial, that's a tutorial, that's a tutorial. And that's wild, because the fact that I thought that I was going to be able to go out to Starbucks and just have a good little knit time, delusional girl, delusional. But I just have a few more increased rows to go before the next section, so I want to start editing the video. And we're also, the only reason y'all know that I usually don't edit at night, but we are dog sitting right now, effective at 8 p.m. So my days are going to look different, even though I just told y'all I'm starting to try to have a schedule or routine. I forgot we were dog sitting, so schedule, routine, out the door. But it's okay, we're helping family out. So I'm about to start editing, continue to knit, and I'll probably check in with y'all tomorrow on where we left off for the softly vest, but this is where we got so far. So I'll talk to y'all in the morning, friends. Good morning, Body Vlog. So it is the next day. It is Wednesday at 11 o'clock approximately. I'm heading up some lunch now. As y'all seen this morning, I went to the gym. I went to my father-in-law's house to hang out with the pups, and I did some housework, and now I'm heating up some lunch. But I'm also going to begin to prep for my next sewing project, which is another bag. Girl, another bag. Yes, another bag. I'm in my bag era, okay? I'm in my bag. But today I'm just going to be cutting fabric, and tomorrow I'll sew, just because of how I've structured my day. I talked to y'all about the structure app. Especially with me unknowingly dog sitting this week. And thank God that I had it in my spirit to like build structure in my day, because like I don't feel overwhelmed at all. And usually like things like this, especially just popping up, it didn't, we knew we were dog sitting, but we forgot the date. I thought it was in a week from today. But thank God that I have began to develop a structure in my day. And it's crazy how much you can get done and that you need to get done when you actually plan out your day. But anyway, so I'm going to begin cutting fabrics for a bag. This is going to be the fabrics that I am using. We're going with the neutral browns. I'm really liking it, even though spring is like 2 seconds away. But yeah, that's what I'm about to get into. I just didn't want y'all, I haven't talked to y'all. Oh, and we also did knit a little bit. I'll show y'all that when we begin to knit again. We have another knit session planned, okay? But we're beginning to do some straight rows, so maybe I'll get out and go to a cafe and actually knit at the cafe today, because yesterday I could not. I was like, increase how? It was like 4 different increases. Like they're the same, but they're wrong side, right side, right? But then they're also left leaning and right leaning. So that's 4 different increases that I did not know. I was like, you got me there! But yeah, I'm about to get going on cutting this fabric while my food is going. Yeah, you know, time management. I'm in my time management era, okay? So yeah, let's get into cutting this fabric.
I sent an email, I sent out something to like 200 something people, and it's one of those times where like I inadvertently make a mistake because somebody else inadvertently made a mistake on the team, and it's like a team effort, so that means we all made the mistake, but at the same time I'm like,
Hey y'all, it is a little bit later and your girl is tired, but I did finish up I almost said knitting. I did finish up cutting up all the pieces for the bag for tomorrow. So that way tomorrow all we gotta do is like iron on the interfacing, sew all the things together, iron, sew. But honestly, I am just so tired. So I'm going to honor my tiredness and rest, because I do believe that rest is biblical. And put this heated blanket on, maybe put some Gilmore Girls on, and I'm gonna work on the vest. I'll update y'all a little bit later today on the vest, on where we are, because honestly it looks nearly the same as it did when I checked in with y'all yesterday. But yeah, I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Do y'all hear that? I really just want to rest. Hey y'all, so the mayhem is over. There's a cat here on the window on the screen. But the mayhem is over and we have just finished the first set of straight rows. So this is what it's looking like, and again, this is the back of the garment. And this is my first time doing double knitting. I actually was like this much into the project and I was like, wait, am I double knitting? So it took me a minute to realize that I was actually doing double knit. And according to the experts, I'm glad that it's done as I'm working the project. So this is what it's looking like so far. Again, I am just, that fabric is just looking so stinking good. But yeah, I'm about to go on and move on to armhole shaping. And hopefully I can get the armhole shaping done tonight. I think that's just like where I would stop at. Let me see. I probably can do it tonight. We'll see. I also want to get the sock to a gym ready state, and also a state that I can work on it at my father-in-law's house. Because I tried to work on that on this there, and maybe tomorrow they'll be a little less excited to see me. So yeah, having the sock on the foot part would be ideal, but I actually don't think I'm gonna get to doing the heel tonight, so I'm just gonna continue to work on this. And the sock gonna be what a sock gonna be, and maybe I won't be able to knit at the gym tomorrow. But yeah, this is where we at. I'm loving her. I'm loving the process, loving the fabric, loving. And it's so soft. This is my first mohair garment as well. I don't really work with mohair too much because of my hair. I think I've said that already. But yeah, like, you see, I can just grab the fibers out, and these little fibers will end up in my hair and it looks like linty head, okay? Don't want that. So I'm gonna continue working on this, and then I'll check in with y'all in a little bit.
Hi guys, I'm going to chapter 50. I'm on page 28. I'm almost done with this. This is so freaking cute. I'm enjoying it so much. This is going in a whole.
I didn't talk to y'all for a full day. Y'all did see me yesterday knitting, and I think y'all see me with the dog, but I didn't talk to y'all yesterday, and I haven't talked to y'all today. It's currently already 3:30. It is Friday at 3:30, March 21st, second day of spring. Happy spring, friends. Yeah, since you've been gone, we have a bag, but I have to flip her out. Ooh, did I leave enough space? But I want to flip her out with y'all. So I didn't tell y'all, but I told y'all about the poll that I did on Instagram, and I have posted that I'm doing a surprise giveaway for those who participated in this week's poll, for helping me decide what project that I was going to work on. It was a surprise to me giveaway too. I was just like feeling like giving something away, making something with the intention of giving it away. I think it's gonna be this bag, but I don't know. We're gonna see right now if I like it enough, because it's not perfect at all. It's not something I would sell for sure, but it may be giveaway quality, giveawayable. So we shall see. We shall see. We're seeing right now. This is the grand reveal. It's like not holes or anything in it, but it's definitely giving beginner. Okay. If this doesn't work, I'll make another one of the bags that I've made before, which is the same style, but I did have a little fun with this one, with experimenting with some quilting block. This is my first time doing a quilting block, and yeah, it shows. It definitely shows. I'm debating. No, I'm gonna do this on the machine. I'm sorry. So as you can see, a little cheetah or leopard print, girl, I don't know. But this bag is definitely bigger than the others. I don't know. What do y'all think? Obviously I have to push out the corners and stuff. What do y'all think? It doesn't have tags or anything. But what do y'all think? Because this is definitely giving beginner first block, but I still think it's cute. It also has pockets, very functional pockets. It's big. I think it can fit maybe like a shirt. I don't know. I have to put y'all, what am I being hypercritical, or is this okay for a giveaway? It's gonna be too late by the time y'all see this. Let me press it and finish it off and do some top stitching and stuff. And then we're gonna decide. Then we're going to decide. It actually doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, actually. Like, I wouldn't be mad at this bag. Would you be mad if you got this bag for free? Would you be mad if you got this bag for free? We shall see. Hey y'all, so I'm back and I've decided it is good enough, okay? It is good enough, actually, because it doesn't need to be perfect. But this is what it looks like. This is the front. Oh! This is the back. This is the inside. This is the inside with pockets. It is actually quite big. Like the biggest bag that I've made so far. And then I'll show y'all. This one is a little harder to scrunch up because this material is very, very stern. Okay? She's sturdy. The material is sturdy. So this is what it looks like as a little dumpling. But yeah, and it still has the same handle. So if you have your sweater in here, or your, maybe like tank, multiple projects, you can still as you walk or as you do whatever you're doing. But yeah, I think it is good enough. Hopefully y'all like it. I like it. I want to look up some tips for doing quilt blocks though, because this is hard. Because reality is, this needed to be, this should have started here. These, I think, are meant to be together. No, this is supposed to be a point. So this needed to come out some more, but I don't think I cut my things right because they're all that same way. So I think my problem started out with cutting, so set up from the jump. But I think it still looks good because it's consistently wrong. And then I did some zigzag stitches against along the border. I think that was like a good decision as well. But I like it. I love it actually. But anyway, so today we haven't talked. So let me grab my knit project so I can update y'all on my knitting, because I feel like I've only not talked for one day and I feel like y'all are so stinking behind. Like, I have to vlog every day because I don't want y'all to miss nothing. Let me grab the knits. Okay, so firstly, let's talk about the sock. This morning I went to my father-in-law's house. Wow, that's crazy. When I went to my father-in-law's house this morning, I wanted to work on my sock. So I finished the heel flap and gusset on the sock. But this morning I wanted to pick up for the gusset decreases, but I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to put the yarn in my project bag. I didn't even look. It was literally in there, so I could have worked on that, because you already know I like to have a sock at least at the gusset or in the leg or in the foot for the weekend. So I could have been doing that. That's crazy. So yeah, the sock, we have a heel and heel turn. We just need to pick up for the gusset and begin gusset decreases and then work on the foot. And this is sock number 2. And then for the vest, the Softly Vest by Sarah Knits, that is in this bag that I also made. This bag is not mine. You see this? This is crispy. This is from Capcut Craft Studios for my sock. And then this bag is a bag that I made. This is the like 3rd or 2nd bag I made. But this is where we are for the vest. We are working on the ribbing now. I am making mine's cropped. So it'll hit like my lower stomach, a little past my belly button. We have, let's see. We're about halfway through the ribbon. So this is what it look like. So stop right here. So we're almost done with the ribbon. Maybe I'll, oh, it looks so pretty in the light. Oh my goodness. That's not even the right side. That's the wrong side. It just looks so stinking pretty. So maybe I'll finish the ribbing today and cast off the back. That'll be, yeah, I think I can get that done. It's currently 4:30 now. So that's the remainder of my day goal is to cast this off and then to pick up stitches. I can't believe that this was in my bag. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the remainder of the day. It's Friday. I don't think we're going to be doing anything this weekend. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see though. We're going to hang out this weekend. I promise I will chit chat with y'all this weekend. Yesterday I just needed a break. I was so tired. I was literally so pooped. But yeah, y'all are all catched up. We made a bag. We finished the heel flap. And we're almost done with the back of the vest. So I feel like we're doing pretty good. Hey y'all, it's a little while later and I have cast off the body. I did the tubular cast off. But I did pick up stitches for the left shoulder. Even though I don't plan on really working on this on the weekend. We're going into the weekend. It's Friday night. But one hack or thing or tip I have is to never leave a project like cast off that's not finished. So like for instance this, I cast off the body and it would have just been like cast off the needles, nothing attached to it, no working yarn, and it could have just been like sitting, and that'll make it sit. So like if you're knitting a sweater and you're doing the sleeves first, or you finish one sleeve and you never attach to the next sleeve, or you never attach back to the body, you're setting yourself up. Always attach the needles back to the body so that it is actively ready to work on for the next time that you want to pick it up, so that it's already ready to go. Because if I have just casted off the body, the back body, it would have felt finished because there's nothing actively working on it. That's just my tip. That's my tidbit on how I keep doing what I keep doing and finishing my projects. But yeah, I don't really plan on working on this too much this weekend. I would really like to finish the socks this weekend. So I probably mainly focus on that. I'm not going to say I'm only going to focus on it because I very much may have the desire to knit the vest, and I will knit the vest if I want to. But I would also really like to finish those socks this weekend. Because is this the last weekend of this month? No, it can't be. Oh no, we have one more weekend. Oh. Yeah, we have one more weekend of this month. But I do want to get my March socks off the needles because next week we may be working on the Barocco and cow. Even though I did say that I wasn't going to do that on time this month. But I just might because I originally planned to do a crochet vest. And I made a shirt about this, but crochet takes up so much yarn, and I see why or how it's so easy to be a crocheter turned knitter and then be a knitter who never crochets anymore. Because it just takes up so much yarn. Like the one pattern that I want to make, it calls for 1,500 meters of yarn. Which is crazy. This vest, even though it's being held triple, let's just say I'm holding one, I'm only going to use like 2 of these, and these are 50-gram balls. So about 100 grams, 125 grams of, like, if I was, it's a fingering weight. The crochet project calls for fingering weight yarn. So it just calls for a lot of yarn, and I don't think I want to invest in yarn for that project right now. So yeah, I may have time to do the Barocco and cow, at least start the Barocco and cow. But we shall see. This weekend we're just gonna focus on socks though. But for now, I'm gonna try to find a comedy movie. I haven't had a movie that like just makes me like, I want my ribs to be aching that it's so funny. So if you have any comedy movie recommendations, please let me know. Even though I'm gonna pick one for tonight, I'm still gonna need one. Okay, so if you have like a gut wrenching, is gut wrenching sad or funny?
That's like horror.
Oh, not gut wrenching, but like stomach cramping comedy. Comment it down below. It's Boba Crawl Day. So today is the Boba Festival in San Francisco, and I really think they should have called it a Boba Crawl because that's what we're going to be doing. We are going to 5 different boba spots in San Francisco, but girl, I still have some knit goals. So I am bringing with me the Slip It Simple sock by Christine. Is a free pattern over on Ravelry. But I have already placed our green stitch marker, and I'm going to do check-ins at every single boba stop that we stop at today. So this is where we're starting, and I'll see y'all at the next stop. We are currently at stop number 1. That's stop number 1 for Boba, but stop number 1 for a good little lunch. I got a pork tocino banh mi from Dinosaur Sandwiches in the city. Girl, I said extra pickled veggies. They came through. But on the sock, we did finish up the gusset, so now we are working on the toe. I'll give y'all a review on stop number 1 for Boba for the sandwich. So we're currently sitting at stop number 2 waiting on our drink, but we did stop at stop number 1 for Boba. These are actually bigger than I thought they were going to be. Our tickets were $23 for 5 of these. That's a deal. But I got the strawberry milk tea. I like the tea, but the boba's a little bit overcooked. And the first stop was Cherry Blossom Bakery. As for my sock, we have started working on the foot of the sock, but I won't get much done as we crawl these boba stops because they're all walking distance, and I thought that we would be driving. But I'll check in with y'all when I get drink number 2. Stop number 3. Do y'all see how big this is? This is the green Thai tea, which I literally just seen green Thai tea on TikTok, but it's my first time having it. Give it a little swirl. Girl, we ain't knitting nothing. Oh, this is good. It kind of just tastes like, honestly, Thai tea with a different food coloring. It's good though. It's so big. So we're leaving stop number 4 on to stop number 5. This is the black sesame tea. I don't know what I think about it. I think, and I've had like, this is coffee. I'm not gonna hold y'all. My heart is beeping between the sugar and the caffeine, and I'm sensitive to caffeine. Girl, the music is so loud, but here is the last stop. I got some type of oolong tea. Oolong milk tea. That's good. But we also got chicken and fries. I'm also full. Not only is my heart beating, I'm full. But here's the chicken. Period. So that chicken was not done. So I got a cupcake instead. But that's the end of the boba crawl. The way that the caffeine and the sugar got me shaking. I'm just gonna close up the video here, girl. So we were able to get done about 2.5 inches. Finished the gusset, worked on the foot. I'm proud of her. So I'm gonna kick back, push the seat back, and relax. I'll holla at y'all. Hey y'all, so we're back from the Boba Festival. We actually had a really good time. I don't think I talked to y'all about the Boba Festival. So this is something I just found randomly on Eventbrite. I just downloaded Eventbrite because I seen a video. It was like, if you live in the Bay Area and you say you have nothing to do, you're literally lying. So I downloaded Eventbrite, so hopefully we start to do some different things out of our normal of just like going to go grab a bite to eat or getting like boba. I mean, casually getting boba, not like a boba event. But I went to the boba event. It was like $23 for each of us, and you got to go to 5 different shops, and you got what they called mini, but they were literally 12 to 16 ounce cups of boba. So we literally were served like over 60 ounces of boba within like an hour. Within 1 hour, okay? And plus the last one, we got a snack. The chicken was not cooked, so we ended up getting I ended up getting a cupcake instead. But I had a really fun time, and my heart was beating because you already know, me and caffeine, I really shouldn't be having her, especially at that high magnitude. But while we were en route there and back, I was knitting on the sock. This is where we started for the day. We finished the gusset and then we worked on the foot. Let me see. I haven't done a comparison yet. So we're probably like a third of the way down the foot so far. I do want to finish this sock this weekend. So that's all I'm going to be working on this weekend. I also did get this orange fat oil chills. I like it. This is so random, but my lips are dry. But yeah, I just want to check in with y'all because y'all probably like, girl, what has even going on? What are we even doing? But girl, that's what we're doing. Tomorrow's the last day of this vlog. So hopefully we finish the sock. I think I had this thing where I like to have at least one finished object in a vlog, in my weekly vlogs, but honestly that's not realistic for every week. But I want to try. But I want to try. You're so stinking cute. I just love this yarn. I did just buy some more yarn. I know. The beginning of this vlog, we literally were at the yarn crawl, but Nika and Paige both sent me a live sale in NJ Yarnworks. Is it NJ Fiber Works did a live sale. So the yarns were literally like $10 off. That's how could I pass it up? And of course I got green, and I'm really trying to move away from greens, but of course I got green. But yeah, that's what we're working on for tonight. Just a Slip It Simple sock by Miss Christine. So yeah, y'all, I done did everything but knit on them socks. I was sewing. Yo, but I made my second quilt block. So I showed y'all the bag I made yesterday, and I think I'm gonna make another bag for the giveaway because like it was good enough, but it wasn't good, you know. And after I made another quilt block, I'm like, wait, I can actually do better if I actually just take my time. So this is mine. I'll probably put this on my wall. And I'll make another one for the giveaway. Not with this fabric, but yeah, like this. Do y'all see the points? Do y'all see it's pointy? Ah, it's so cute. It's so cute. I don't think that this will ever become, actually I don't know, it may become a blanket, but I think I want to start framing, or at least tacking these onto the wall in my room, because where my couch or chair is, whatever it is, it's a blank wall and I need to fill that wall up. But I want to be intentional about filling that space and not just buying something to fill that space. So I think quilt blocks could be a really good way of doing that. But it's so cute. It's literally so cute. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's now currently past my bedtime, 9:38, so I'm gonna clock out. I am going to clock out. Hello friends, it is the next day. We already went to church this morning. The yarn wants to be the main character, but we are currently waiting to get food from Vegan Mob. Well, Mr. Hobby's getting food from Vegan Mob. I got Chipotle.
There's no escape.
But yeah, I just want to introduce the day to y'all. It is the last day of the vlog, sadly, but that's okay because then we'll just start a new one. But I'm working on the Slip It Simple sock still. I do want to finish it today, but I don't know if I'll be able to finish the toe, and I'm definitely not gonna be able to do Kitchener stitch today. But yeah, I just want to introduce today because I feel like we haven't hung this much this week, but I know I intentionally wanted a shorter video this week. Whereas usually we're usually like an hour or so amount of time in our videos, and that's because I'm always chit-chatting with y'all. I'm always hanging with y'all. We be here with it. But this week I want to try a little shorter video, so I couldn't hang as much and I couldn't chit-chat as much, but I miss chit-chatting. So maybe next time we'll just stick with the long videos, because who else I want to talk to, you know? Yeah, I just want to get out the house, get some sun. At first we were going to do some house chores, but that just wasn't the vibe. It just wasn't the vibe. So we're now just in the downtown area, and we have found so many good shops in Vallejo. There's like 3 spots that are co-working, crafty, arts and crafts, art forward shops that are really having and prioritizing community. There's one actually that has a sewing workshop, which I thought was pretty cool. And then 2 that are like, one that is literally just an arts and crafts co-working spot. And in that space you do have to pay. And I was just thinking as we were walking, but I just had the thought, like, community is worth the investment. Because ever since we moved in Vallejo, I'm not from Vallejo, and I think when we move out of the cities that we grew up in, it's so much more difficult to find community friends to come to be family, especially when you don't have a 9 to 5. I don't work, so I just been hanging with y'all. But I do think that community is something that's worth investing in, whether it's monetarily or time and things like that. So we have that. It's called the Exchange. And I think I am going to visit that space to test that space and see what it's like for me. Next month they have a knit along, or like a knit circle basically. They have it once every month, and it's just 25 buckaroos. So I think I'm gonna go to that and just see how I like the space and what's the vibe, because I've been to it before. It's actually it's a new space, but it used to be called The Joint Vallejo, and it was a shopping store, but now it's like a co-working space. And then we went to, what was the last spot we went to? What was the name of it? It was a pottery workshop going on, but it's actually another like co-working space. They usually open only on Saturdays, but they're trying to open more so that the community can have access. So today we walked in on a hand building pottery class, and we have 2 pottery studios literally right here. But yeah, they do that, and then they're open usually Saturdays, the hours of the farmers market. And they also have coffee in there, which is so cool. I think it's tip-based coffee. And then yeah, now we're waiting on Vegan Mob, and my mic died, but I'm gonna still sit here with the mic just not plugged in. But what I was saying was, so we're waiting on food from Vegan Mob, and Mr. Hobby had to correct me because they were late, right? They were late on opening, they were late with preparing his food, and I was like, being on time is a sign of respect. Sign of respect, mind you. I used to always be late, right? I was known for being late. Like, if you scheduled a date with me, you scheduled it 10 minutes in advance so that I could be there on time, type of late. And he was like, yeah, that's true, but on the other side of that is grace. And I said, oof. Like, I needed that correction. I needed that reminder that, one, girl, you just started barely being on time, and 2, did you forget how much grace Jesus gives you and how you were late to showing up for him? So that's the word. But yeah, I don't even know if y'all can hear me right now, so we're gonna go check on the food, and I'll see y'all when we get to by the water. My napkins from out the car. I'm sweating.
I'm going to put a sun hat on.
y'all, it is the next day, and yesterday we did indeed finish sock number 2. So we have both of our Slip It Simple socks complete. They literally came out so good. They're not blocked at all. And actually, I found out that the crazy sock lady, which I really want to be the black crazy sock lady. The crazy sock lady does not. She does not block her socks. So do they really need blocking? I don't know. But I am going to block the last pair of socks I made, the ruffles, just so the ruffles can relax a little bit. But these are how they came out. I am literally in love. I still have to get some photos in them. But yeah, that is the end of this vlog. I was like, maybe I can hold on to the vlog because I can finish the sweater by time, or the vest by time it's time for me to actually edit this vlog. But I'm like, no girl, short-term videos. So I will be filming a quarterly what I have knit in 2024 thus far. So it'll go from January till the end of March. So the vest will be in that video, so you guys will be able to see the end results of that vest. But if you don't subscribe yet, you're gonna need to subscribe so you can see it, okay? So it'll be in that video. As for me, for podcast style videos, for knitting podcast style videos, I'll be doing them quarterly. I'm a monogamous knitter for the most part, like, as not monogamous, and I don't like to put that title on myself because then I felt like I can't cast on whatever I want to cast on, but I can. But I typically have 2 to 3 projects at a time, and one of those projects being a stock, and I don't really feel like that count. But yeah, so it just doesn't make sense for me to do them weekly like other knit content creators on YouTube do, because I'm only working on one thing at a time, and I'm only finishing, not only finishing, but I'm only working on one thing at a time. So I can only chit chat so much with y'all in a weekly podcast, but if I do quarterly, I feel like it more aligns with my flow of knitting. But yeah, I just want to come back, show y'all the end result of the socks, and then say goodbye to y'all because it is the end of the vlog. And I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me. And y'all already know I love you, and more importantly, God loves you, and I will see you next time.